Yup. Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Yeah, let's go. ASAP Auto in the building. Miss Jackie, Miss Deja, Sassy. I see y'all already. Red T. What's up, Alan? What's up, Annette? We be up early. What's up, Daniel Walker? What's up, American Links? What's the word? John Shav, what's up? I saw you was up early. Yeah, ABG, what's up? Y'all already know. What's up, family? How y'all doing today, man? Your boy had to start out late today, but today gonna be a good show. Let me take my time once again. Yeah, Wax Dog, what's popping, homie? You already know. Yeah. Now I don't know where I'm gonna begin at. Shit getting real out here. It's been getting real, but the shit getting real about the days. Today I'm gonna be talking about the Nipsey Hussle trial. The Nipsey Hussle trial has kicked off. And I see a lot of people have not been talking about it. And I've been seeing some funny things going on. I'm gonna talk about that in my opinion. Good morning, Ms. Lay Jones. Good to see you. Yeah. Let me talk about this Nipsey Hussle stuff. I'm not going to get too much into the conspiracies and all that. We're just going to deal with the facts that's on the table. That's what we're going to deal with today. Right? Also going to be talking about another rapper, a wannabe rapper, that basically beat and abused his child into brain damage. And like I told y'all, man, that word rapper, I'm starting to think now rapper means mental health. I think if you're not a teenager and you call yourself a rapper, you might be considered to be a person with mental health issues. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I think that's the picture they're trying to portray. If you're a rapper, that means you lost your mind. Because I'm gonna go into this story. I'm gonna break something down that I noticed. All right, boom. Also, I'm gonna be talking about this race war agenda. In my opinion, it's a race war being cooked up on top of the inflation, and I'm gonna be talking about the 2,000 cows mysteriously found dead. Now it was two people sent it to me. Salute to Annette and salute to John Shav. But this the funny thing. Both of y'all sent me the same story, but they had two different numbers. One story said 2,000 cows, one said 3,000 cows. So I told you they play with the numbers. Either way, we know for a fact that it's a lot of dead cows. And I'm going to get into that. I'm going to get into my opinion on these dead cows. Because in my opinion, they're trying to starve people out. I told you, man, they playing with the wheat. They playing with the beef now. Also, that cop that shot that man in the back of the head in broad daylight on camera that nobody protested or went hard for, he got fired. Meaning he was still working all this time. He just got fired. But people swept that under the rug. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about that. And I'm also going to talk about how a Missouri man broke into a prehistoric Native American burial, and he is charged with federal crimes. He got indicted because I think he went too far. He started digging up some truth, and his ass got indicted. So we're going to talk about that. Anyway, good to see y'all. I see y'all pulling up. Pot of Greed, what's up? I see people pulling up, you know. This is what I do, man. It's Fun No Fame Live, episode 198. We about to get to it, man. We about to get down to business. All right. Now, we're going to get into some things, right? So just be patient. Boom, right? First, I'm going to start off with this Nipsey Hussle trial. Now, I was paying attention yesterday, And I seen certain people was trending again yesterday. I seen Big U trending. I seen Whack trending the other day. But later on, I found out that the Nipsey Hussle trial had begun. And I seen online, a lot of people wasn't talking about this. And it's mighty funny how certain people had stuff to say about Nipsey all this time, but it seemed like when this trial started, they didn't have nothing to say about this trial. So, in my opinion, it's some things looking suspect out here. And it looked like some people are working very, very hard to distract. But we neither here nor there because this shit is entertainment, all right? But I'm just saying what I seen. I feel like this is a big story, big news. Shout out to TMZ. But ain't nobody else with a big platform was covering this Nipsey Hussle story. So yeah, and we're going to talk about this Nipsey Hussle trial. Now, the Nipsey Hussle trial has officially kicked off. And yesterday, Nipsey Hussle's legal team called on the witness. You know, the dude named Cowboy, the one that was supposed to be there when it happened, Cowboy, whatever. And Cowboy got on the stand. He testified. And Cowboy said that he heard a verbal exchange between Eric Holder, a.k.a. Shitty Cuz, and Nipsey minutes before the shooting. So basically, Cowboy admits to being on the scene, being on the set. He's supposed to be a Crip, but he ain't had no gun. He ain't bust off not one shot. And he was with Nipsey allegedly and heard everything when it happened. So, according to Cowboy, he says that Nipsey told Eric Holder, you know, there's paperwork floating around. I haven't read it, but you need to take care of it. That's allegedly what Nipsey told Eric Holder. We heard that part right there. Cowboy says that Nip never called Holder a snitch. Now, we know the main thing said was that Nipsey called him a snitch. But now Cowboy says that Nip never called Eric a snitch. But Cowboy also said he heard Eric Holder say to Nipsey Hussle, you be hating on me. He told Nipsey he be hating on him. And according to the district attorney named John McKinney, told the jury on Wednesday, after Eric Holder gunned down Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder, a.k.a. Shitty Cuz, walked over to Nipsey's bullet-riddled body, kicked him in the head, and said, you're through. And they're saying that after he kicked him and told Nipsey, you through, they say Nipsey Hussle replied saying, you got me. And they saying that the kick to the head shows it was a personal attack, saying that it was a personal attack. And basically, the whole time, this man you see right here on the screen, Eric Holder, he's been in solitary confinement because they feel like people in jail will kill him. So we got to get into this story. All right. This is Shitty Cuz. Now, as we heard, like I said, you always going to notice, you hear a whole bunch of different stories. Cowboy was the one that seen and heard everything. He was on the set, but he wasn't ready to shoot. He wasn't ready to do nothing. He was just there, allegedly. So, you remember before we heard all these different allegations. I'm not going to get into the conspiracies on the back end. I ain't getting all that because that ain't my job. But for those that's been paying attention to this case, you heard all of the conspiracies behind it. Matter of fact, not the case, but you heard about the street information behind the case, all the different reasons. You heard people named, thrown in and shit. You heard people being accused of lining Nipsey up, setting them up. You heard about stuff like allegations, like the gang setup. You heard a lot of different things, right? And guess what? We don't know no facts. But Cowboy made a point to say to paint the picture in court that it was a personal beef. So once it's focused on a personal beef, it automatically throws everything else out the window. And for those that's been paying attention to this case, you already know the names that you heard surrounding this case and the particular people. But Cowboy, I'm pretty sure he's under pressure. And he is the one that's seen it, the one that was there. Could have been the one that lined him up, I don't know. Or he could be the one getting pressure applied to him now to get his story together. But anyway, shitty causes in court. And Cowboy said in the courtroom that Nipsey never called him a snitch. He just told him, man, I heard this paperwork out on you. You need to handle that. So we also seen after this killing and shooting of Nipsey Hussle, we have seen a lot of people playing the paperwork game. Who's one of the number one people on the internet that plays the paperwork game? Always talking about paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Who's the main one online that was recently saying slanderous things about Nipsey Hussle? Who was the two people that been going viral this week that popped out of nowhere and they going viral again? Everybody's covering them. I told you they always telling themselves. I ain't got to say no names because people that's in the loop and pay attention, they know what time it is. I'm just trying to tell y'all ain't slick as y'all think y'all are. But anyway, this entertainment and it's all a bunch of bullshit and allegations, all right? Ain't none of this shit facts. But it's mighty funny. Certain people been trending again. And these people that's been trending, they so-called was cool with Nipsey before he died. But nobody yesterday covered the trial of Nipsey Hussle. Like they wanted to stay far away from this trial, but it's just news, so it is what it is. But this is the bitch-ass dude, Shitty Cuz. And he's in jail on lockdown, scared to death, because he know that them homies will get his ass. I'm pretty sure it's Crips and Bloods and SAs, they will demolish this man. So he's hiding in solitary confinement, aka PC, aka Punk City. And some people feel like, man, there's a lot of conspiracies behind this. Some people feel like it was a hit, a lineup, a setup. Some people paid attention to the story where they say that Nipsey was supposed to meet with the LAPD. Some people say he had beef with his gang. Some people said it was jealousy. It's a whole bunch of stuff because guess what? This is a movie. That's it. It's a scripted movie. It's a lot of shit going on, and it's only one truth. And I don't know the truth, so I can't speak on that. But I do know one thing, that a lot of y'all niggas making yourself look hot out here. Y'all looking very, very suspect. So I wonder why nobody from LA has been talking about this Nipsey Hussle trial that's taking place. And Cowboy is the one that was there. And remember, he was the main one trying to get clout off this when it happened. He's supposed to be Cuz, but he ain't let off not one shot. But he's seen and heard everything. He said he heard when Nipsey Hussle told this man, you know, it's paperwork out there on you. You need to handle that. And then he heard Shitty Cuz tell Nipsey, you be hating on me. Why the hell would Nipsey Hussle hate on Shitty Cuz for? Let's be real. Why the hell would this man be hating on him? But anyway, he said this man was hating on him. And Cowboy heard the whole conversation. Cowboy allegedly even heard when the man kicked him in the head and said, you're through. He told Nipsey he threw, allegedly. And Nipsey said, you got me, on the ground while he was dying. That's what they said. This was said in court, all right? Public information, you go check it out for yourself, all right? Boom, that's it. So either way, we know the saga continues, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people going to go into this thing, and they're going to have their different opinions, but that's what it's here for. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's just another sign of what's going on out here. It's a bunch of BS, and it's a lot of confusion and a lot of nonsense. And remember, big trials take place this month. This is a big trial, and your boy R. Kelly get his time in a couple more weeks. He goes back to court. Meanwhile, shit is getting very, very real out here, and it all goes together, all right? So anyway, man, that's what's going on with this whole Nip situation. And also, they say that 2 other people got shot that was at that location. You know, random people also got shot. So allegedly, Eric Holder is being charged with shooting other people as well. And we also know, in some of our opinion, it looked like Nipsey Hussle was actually executed. Plot, planned, and executed. But we neither here nor there. All I'm saying is, you'll notice certain people started trending the past couple of days. Because they probably knew it was, they knew this case was going to be in court. Man, these people are funny out here, man. But anyway, man, don't take it serious, man. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling right now. But anyway, man, because y'all just see the bullshit, man. So like I'm just telling y'all, man, don't keep being tricked. But yeah, it sounds like a movie, don't it? It definitely does, Joe Kent. It is a movie. I'm gonna be real. It's a movie. Right? Now we're gonna get into something else, man. We're gonna get into something else. We're gonna get into this clown right here, man. Another wannabe rapper ass nigga. Now, I saw the story, right? On a so-called rapper, and mind you, he is the nephew of a cornerback, an NFL cornerback that plays for the LA Rams. He is the nephew of a particular NFL player. And he's allegedly from Atlanta, Georgia, something like that. And he went to LA to pursue a rap career. While he was in LA, he got the child's mother to send the child to him so he can have, have his child with him for a little while he was in LA. And now he's being charged with felony assault on a child, aggravated mayhem, torture, and child endangerment for allegedly beating his 4-year-old daughter very, very bad. The toddler's mother has come out and spoke about what's been going on or what has happened and what he's being charged with. And the mother is from Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Now, they say this child that you see right here suffered severe brain injuries, fractured ribs, and you see the condition of this child. And mind you, the child is better now, but they still kind of messed up, And allegedly, after this man was torturing his child, because guess what? We're gonna get into why he was actually doing this to this child. Sad, right? The mother, and he basically did a FaceTime and text message with the mother and was trying to explain, how he had to discipline the child, and they had a little FaceTime and things like that. He claims the daughter passed out while he had the baby in timeout. He had this child doing exercises, extreme exercises. For some people that don't want to beat their child, how some people make them go what? Stand on the wall and do planks and all of that, stuff like that. But the thing is, this man did this to this child because the child was wet in the bed. He lied to the mother and claimed the daughter passed out while he had the baby in timeout. They say also part of the baby's skull had to be removed to alleviate pressure on the brain. And this child cannot open his eyes or couldn't open his eyes for months. She couldn't open her eyes. He claims he punished her for wetting the bed, making her do exercises. They say he was hitting her with objects, belts, speaker wires. And what happened after him doing all these different things to the child was having seizures, and this dumb nigga tried to put the child in the tub. And after all these different things, he was forced to call his mother and give a fake ass excuse. Now, this man wanted to be a fucking rapper. That's why he went to LA. And I'm showing you how that word rapper is starting to get labeled as a mental health, psycho, sick person. I already told y'all about that word rapper. Now, this is my whole point. I saw the story. Now, let me say, a couple people covered the story, the Shade Room, Vlad, a couple people seen it. Salute to the people that put the story out. But my point is, when I went to go, I just did some random in the Google engine. I just put rapper beats child, and his face came up. I just put rapper, and then I'm gonna tell you something else. Like how when you can look at the details of the picture. I looked at the details of the picture because I look at the details of the picture because when I load them up, I gotta have it lined up a certain way. But his picture said rapper on it. It just said rapper. The JPEG, and it got numbers. It said rapper, and I'm showing you how it's like when you put rapper in the search engine, a lot of fuck shit gonna come up because Now I'm trying to tell you, if you're a certain age, like if you're not a teenager no more and you're not young and you call yourself a rapper, they automatically labeling you as a criminal, mental health issue person, a sick in the head person, a person that don't got their shit in order or their priorities. Rapper is something else. Y'all know I've been talking about this. And this also shows you that when I looked at this story, it just also reminded me how you got people that grew up actually with mental health issues and they out here having kids. And these are some of the parents that are really bad parents. And guess what? Some of them don't mean to be bad parents. Some of them should have never been parents at all because they got mental health issues. They never even learn how to take care of themselves. This man did this to his own child, 4 years old. Now, if this ain't sick, I don't know what to tell you. And exactly, we know children wet the bed. That's what they do. They have to be trained not to wet the bed. Sometimes children wet the bed for many, many different reasons. Sometimes that child can have a certain amount of trauma. But this man probably was trying to do what he wanted to do, and he was beating the child. I heard incidents of people killing their child by mistake because the nigga wanted to play the video game and the baby was crying too much. I done heard many different stories of niggas going to jail for damn near killing their kids or killing their kid, breaking arms, stuff like that over nonsense. Because these niggas don't know. Look, nigga, how you want to discipline a child when your stupid ass 9 times out of 10 you wasn't disciplined? And then some of y'all, I'm talking to these dumb people, right? These sick people. Some of them was getting beat upside their head so much when they was young that it made them kind of off when they got older. And they think those are the same formulas you're supposed to use. But why are you beating a 4-year-old with a speaker wire, belts, all type of stuff? Because maybe his mind, he thought he was going to record some track. Maybe he was trying to do his little raps and the baby kept, crying, stuff like that. But it just shows you how these niggas like this want to be a fucking rapper. And as you see, he looks like the typical ass rapper. Typical ass nigga, dreads, dyed tips, tats on his neck, basic ass nigga. Same shit. Which I'm showing you how they use that whole rap shit. They turned it into a weapon to use it against you. And people been trying to put rap before their family. That's the sick part. People have been worshiping rap. People been living this rap fantasy, and it's actually making people delusional and crazy. So remember, we kept hearing all these reports of mental health in the black community, mental health in the urban community, mental health. This is part of what they was talking about. Because I'm starting to see, they starting to say, like, we listen to rap music, that makes us mentally challenged, and we want to be rappers when we grown as fuck with kids and family. They trying to say that makes us mentally sick. And basically they're saying that we are a sick people. Even though we know there's many different reasons why we have these type of thinkings, but you got to understand when they turn hip hop into a weapon against us, this actually did make a lot of people lose their mind. And I'm not a hypocrite. It was a time when I was dealing with rap very, very heavy, but it also is a time when I left that shit alone. And I stopped putting money into it. I stopped caring about that shit, period. Because I realized the game that was being played, and I understood that only certain people they're gonna let through the door anyway. See, I figured out a lot of shit, and when I got wise, I stopped dreaming on false realities of being a fucking rapper. But I'm not knocking nobody pursuing their dreams. I'm just trying to tell you, in America now, when you are a rapper or promote yourself as a rapper, it is a new label being placed upon you. Rapper means weirdo. It means violent, belligerent, woman beater, woman abuser. It means you shoot ghost guns. It means a lot of different things now when they say rapper. Yesterday when I spoke about the trouble thing, when I look, they put that woman out there as rapper woman. This man, rapper, beats his child. I told you, rapper means something else. Rapper means you might be sick in the head now, especially if you're not a teenager. That's how they painting the picture now. This some different shit going on out here. But I'm showing you This is what people are doing. So that's why we got to keep looking at it. Music ain't the same no more because they learn how to use music as a weapon against you. That's why your child don't listen to shit you got to say now, because they're going to listen to a rapper. It's rappers that have more authority over your children than you, but this was designed since back in the day. When I was a child, a teenager, it was the same way. The same exact way. We was raised to look up to rappers, listen to rappers, not our parents. That's why half the people from our generation are dead or in jail, or they just out here messed up. Because a lot of niggas wanted to be rappers. A lot of niggas was living the dream or trying to be Jay-Z and just pick a rapper. Just pick one. Niggas was trying to be every rapper. You understand? That was a program. And every other race, does that happen? For my Hispanic people, did everybody grow up trying to be Julio Iglesias? Kid Frost? Do you get what I'm saying? No. But for particular people, they were sold a dream that you can make it in a rap game and make it out the hood. You can blow up. You can make a shortcut. Fuck school, fuck everything, fuck your parents. You could be a rapper and blow up overnight and be in a mansion with everything. That was a fucking dream sold. So if you're grown and you still have that dream, guess what? Now you're considered to be sick or mentally challenged because you don't want to face reality that everybody's not going to be a rapper. Then they already told you the rappers that do make it to a certain level, what they got to do. So that's why you're considered to be a lunatic now if you're still trying to be a rapper and you're a certain age. That's all I'm saying. This is what they're painting. This is not what I'm making up. I'm not judging nobody trying to rap. Pursue your career. Keep it going. I'm just trying to tell you, these are the new classifications they putting people in. To paint pictures of people being weird, strange, and saying you're an unfit parent, you're unfit in the world, you're not dealing in reality. Things of the world going up, you focus on spending money on studio time and doing shows. And your family falling apart. This is the thing that's going on. And we're not going to talk about how many niggas wanted to be rappers that was spending that money in the booth, taking money out their household, how many females that supported niggas trying to be rappers, nigga. We ain't going to talk about that. A lot of y'all women give a lot of y'all checks up trying to help niggas be rappers. And some of them niggas that try to be rappers, where they at now? Because guess what? It was a fucking program. Be a rapper. But now when you try to be a rapper, you actually wrap yourself up in a box. That's how this shit works. I told you, everything that you love and we love and it used to be innocent. They learned how they took that and turned it into a weapon against you. But for some people that was raised a certain way, you was told not to listen to this music, not to play it in the house, because guess what? A lot of the elders, they were wiser than we thought they was. They actually knew what they was talking about when they were saying that music ain't nothing but trash. They knew they seen it. Little did we know, 30 years later, 20 years later, everybody was going to be sick in the head trying to be a rapper. And remember, it was only for people that really had talent. And we know for a fact, everybody that wants to be a rapper does not have talent. We know this. Remember, they had talent shows. You had to earn your bones to show your talent. Now, anybody wake up and say, I want to be a rapper. Go get Fruity Loops, a microphone, computer, I'm a rapper. That really mean now I'm a rapper. I don't care about the household, nigga. I ain't trying to work. I ain't trying to do shit. I'm trying to blow up, baby. I'm trying to blow up. I'm trying to be a rapper. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be no father. I just want to be a rapper. Support my rap career. Or you ain't support my rap career. Now they arguing in the household. Man, get that shit out of here, man. Niggas need to wake up with their hip-hop rap shit. That's all I'm saying, man. That shit is past entertainment. The shit is trash now. I'm going to be real, man. I'm going to be real. You know why I'm going to say that? Because, man, that shit is a weapon. That ain't what it used to be. If you think I'm lying, go to the club. Ain't nobody going to be dancing to a rap. Niggas going to be just standing there. Everybody's going to stand around. Rap don't even have the same energy no more. It's some bullshit. Y'all know that. Some bullshit. Straight bullshit. But I'm not trying to shit on nobody's dream. I'm not trying to piss on nobody's day. I'm just saying that rap is something else now, right? And I believe rap is also, well, we know rap. I'll put it like this, man. When Eazy-E went to the White House and sat down with George Bush, number one, you'll see since then music changed as well. And also, you got to understand that the CIA been had their hands in rap music. So like I told you, a lot of this warfare going on, it ain't got shit to do with bullets. They have mastered the art of certain things and know how to use it against you. That's all I'm saying. And the FBI, all of them already got their hands, they got their fingerprints all over this shit. They've been had their hands all on the rap game. And I'm gonna say it again the last time. When you get your lyrics copywritten, it goes through the national database of the FBI. They know all the lyrics, they know everything. So when you hear about rappers doing this, that, and the third, nigga, they already with the police, whether they like it or not. That's just how the shit work. That's all I'm saying. So that's why when you hear about people like Jim Jones on wiretaps, nigga, that shit don't mean nothing because all this lyrics already in the FBI database anyway. Man, all this shit go, man, they been had their hands over the shit, all right? Remember, when it started out in the park, on the street, mixtapes, they didn't have no control over it. Once it went commercial, pop industry, they took over the shit. That's how it worked. Now they can tell you who's the best rapper. Now they're going to tell you who gets the Grammy, who gets the plaque on the wall. They started dictating your culture to you, which shows you they jacked and took over the shit. And so you would dream that you could be a rapper too one day. Just like mad people that played basketball and football thought they was going to make it. And what happened? Some of them in the hood right now, broke down, drunk, high. Nigga used to play basketball in high school. He was the man. But he got sold a dream that he going to make it. But you ain't understand that the elite let certain people through the doors they want to let through the doors. And a lot of these people, I'm going to tell you something else too. A lot of these people you see out here winning, they got family, or a lot of them are bastard children of people that's in the game already. And they come in the game faking like they're somebody else, but the whole time they connected. So you don't even get signed off your talent in no field. I don't care if it's music, sports, you don't never get signed off your talent no more. Not for real, for real. It's all on who you know, who you're affiliated with, who co-signed you. That's where a lot of that comes from. But the point of this is that this man wanted to be a rapper. He did this to his own daughter, all because she was wet in the bed and probably being a little nuisance. You know what I'm saying? You know how kids gonna be kids, but if you're not a right parent, you don't have no patience. So if you're not a good, look, man, if you don't have no patience, don't try to be no fucking parent. In the days of having kids, for some of these people out here, I'm gonna be real. Like for some of you dudes out here think you're gonna just get chicks pregnant to get some money, nigga, you ain't gonna make it off that no more. Because you know for a fact you're not willing to be a father. You're just trying to have kids so the kids can bring us some income and you can try to get some money off the situation. And now a lot of niggas are learning that shit ain't working because the world is crumbling. All right. The mother needs what she got for the kids. So that means, nigga, you ain't gonna have as much. She can't buy you outfits and sneakers and support your weed habit, keep gas in your car. Nigga, you're on your own now. But a lot of niggas thought the more kids they had, the more money they was gonna be to touch. Because the more baby mothers I got, I can go get some money and a couple dollars from each one of them. See, I'm gonna break down a lot of old game that been ran for years that's played out now. You dig? And that's why a lot of niggas are suffering now. And they mad. And they don't want to be fathers. That's why some of these niggas can do something like this to their own child. Not nobody else's child, his own child, which shows you that he is an unfit father. Nigga, the nigga want to be a rapper more than a father. That's what you get from this whole scenario. You understand that? It was more important for him to be a rapper than just be a dad. Or nigga, you could have just did both. That's all I'm saying. You could be a rapper, but you got to understand that rapping shit don't come first. Rapping is a hobby. That's all I'm saying. That's why I'm not going to piss on nobody Cheerios. My point is, understand rap is a hobby. All right? Rap is a hobby. It's not a fucking career. It is not real. Rapping is no different from a person going to the fucking gym, right? You go to the studio, they go to the gym. You working on tracks, they're working on their muscles and health. It's the same shit. It's fucking a hobby, all right? But people started thinking that rap was like a college degree, like that shit was really going to get you somewhere in life. And my point is, if that's how you feel about your career, don't have no kids. Because we all know as adults, once you have kids, a lot of shit go out the window. Unless you're a super hustler, super grinder, got a lot of patience, you multitask very well. And let's be clear, a lot of people cannot multitask at all. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to know what you could do. If you're not good at multitasking, stick to one thing. That's all I'm saying. Because it's a shame how this child got dealt with over this dumbass nigga want to be a fucking rapper. And guess what? I ain't never heard of him, and I'm pretty sure none of y'all heard of him. He ain't got no rap name, nigga. What his name is? His name, what's his government name? His government name, Taquan Alexander, an aspiring rapper. Niggas are nobody. But my point is, they made a point to address him as a rapper. And I'm starting to think that rapper is a secret code word for mental health when used amongst certain people. That's all I'm saying. You got people will argue you to death over rappers they don't know. Niggas will fight over rappers. This rap shit done went too far. Period. It is what it is. I'm just telling you, man. These are some of the dreams that ain't getting niggas nowhere. So now we're going to get into what some reality is. You know how we do over here. And I shared this yesterday. Now, this is what I've been paying attention to. This is what's really real. And this is my opinion on what I see as cooking of a race war. I'm seeing a recipe, ingredients. I'm seeing things on the stove in a pot getting stirred up. Race war. Now, this is my point. They saying that blacks are buying guns more than ever in America. Now, we already know that, you know, so-called white people already been buying guns because that's what they do. I mean, for those that know, they said when Obama came in office, gun sales went up a long time ago. Gun sales been going up. We know all this shit. But this is what they're saying. This is the funny part. They saying black people are buying guns more than ever. And they say most of the blacks buying guns, this is the first time they bought guns in their whole life. They say a lot of people in their 40s buying guns. But this is what they said. Now, look, I've seen more than one different story, and each said different things. That's when I knew, in my opinion, there's something going on. Now, look, one story said blacks are buying guns at a high level, and they said ever since George Floyd, blacks been buying guns. And then I seen another story that said ever since them people ran in the Capitol on January 6th, black people have been buying more guns. Then I seen another story said ever since the Buffalo shooting or the mass shooting, black people buying more guns. So I seen three different stories with three different reasons why black people are buying more guns. Either way, they're pushing the agenda of blacks buying guns because they're perpetuating something. Because when certain people hear that black people are out buying guns, that put other people on point and they start buying more guns. But you got to understand what this picture is saying. The picture is showing a black man looking stupid as fuck, like he don't know how to work a gun, and he's just buying a gun to buy a gun because he's scared and stupid. Do you see how the picture looked? Where he's looking at the gun very curious, like, what do I do with this? But he's just buying a gun because he feels like he need a gun and don't even know why he's buying a gun. That's my point. They're saying people of his age and older are buying guns for their first time due to fear they're seeing on the media, which is a recipe for disaster, in my opinion, because I'm going to be real. If you're not built like that for firearms, you can't just pick up a firearm overnight and think you're going to be a shooter. You're going to get your ass laid out here. A gun don't make you safe just because you buy a gun. You got to be war ready. You got to be war ready. You got to know how to handle yourself. You got to know how to move. But as you see the image of a man that's curious of the gun he's holding, which basically illustrates that he has no knowledge of the gun he's holding, but he still wants that gun. These are facts. Now, I'm looking at it like this is the perpetuation of the race war, which we already been hearing about for years. In my opinion, it's part of the World War III. Or should I say it's part of the Armageddon, meaning the chaos and mayhem that's going to hit the streets. And once again, if I sat here and told you they're using hip hop as a weapon, no, it ain't just hip hop. All forms of media is a form of weaponry. Technology is the weapon. Technology works the sorcery for you to be deceived and tricked, and the serpent gets into your brain and you go buy a gun because you think you're getting ready for a race war, when that might be the same gun to get your ass laid out. Because even though you got a lot of other races that have been buying guns, like the so-called white people, they've been buying guns since they were teenagers and kids. But now you got people buying guns for the first time in their fucking 40s and shit like that, late 30s. But not buying guns because that's what they want to do. They're buying guns because they're getting scared. They say because of George Floyd, niggas ran to buy guns. They say because of the Capitol incident, niggas running to buy guns. And they say because of the mass shooting, niggas are running to buy guns. And guess what? Like I said, now when they push these stories out, guess what it do? Like I said, it just make other people go strap up even more. So in my opinion, in my stupid ass opinion, it looked to me like all of this is a recipe for a race war. Because we know, I told you the race game is the ultimate game, and something has to trigger all this shit off. You seen all the movies, all the TV shows of the chaos, the Armageddon. You seen how it looks. You seen it in a minute. You seen it your whole life. You've been hearing about it. You've been seeing it. What? The pictures of people screaming, running, things burning, people killing, mayhem, right? So let's take a look real quick. The price is going up. That's creating attention. Things are being droughted. That's creating tension. A lot of this tension is coming down on people who can't afford these things, getting fed up. I told you, you got certain people in America that's fed up the way the country being ran right now. Did we not see the 31 people just get arrested the other day? Those are some of the people that I told you are mad. It's already people mad. They feel like the country going to shit and they willing to stand up for the shit. Some racist, some not racist. You got, my point is this, you got many different people with many different opinions, ideologies, but the thing is, all of these different fucking opinions, they all going to buy guns. And why everybody's going to buy guns, meaning the everyday life is already getting hard. For those that listen, I told you the first thing of war is to take their food. Your food is already being jacked and controlled. And while your food is getting finessed, you focusing on buying guns. So my point is, all this is a recipe for disaster, and it is a major distraction to what's really going on, because you think it's about overseas, but I told y'all in my fucking opinion, it's going down right here. That's my opinion. But guess what? They show you every day. They show you every day. But they saying that black people have been buying guns more than ever within the past couple of years. And I'm pretty sure it's true, because I've been hearing a lot of people saying they're buying guns. I know for a fact this is true, because it's people that have never busted a gun in their life buying guns for the first time legally. See, I'm not bragging on nothing. This is all my past. You see, let me tell you something. See, most people, when they came in the game, I'm talking about old shit, all right? You learn to shoot a small gun first, all right? Most of us, we shot a 22 first, then a 25, then a 38, then a 357, then a 45. You go up the ladder. You don't just, you ain't never had a gun, you just buying a chopper. That shit don't work like that. You don't even know how to handle that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's levels to that shit. People that go to the range know what I'm talking about. When you first go to the range, you don't just start off with a damn chopper. You start off with a regular handgun first. It's levels, but they say people are just, niggas just buying shit with big clips, AR-15s, never owned a gun a day in their life. So you ain't ready for war. You don't even know how to shoot. I just seen a situation on the news the other day when the man, I see this was Monday. It was a black man, and he was saying that more women are getting strapped up more than ever so they can protect themselves, and he give classes for women to come in and learn how to shoot, because that's another agenda. Let's not forget, women are being raped and abused and tortured and done dirty, so a lot of women are also going to get firearms. My point is, everybody is going to buy firearms. Eventually, some of these firearms are going to start going off. That's my point. So when I see it on the news, I pay attention. Basically, everybody in America is buying guns. In every state that you could buy guns legally, they're buying guns at mass levels. Meanwhile, the country is folding and niggas about to be starving. So my point is this: when you look at the whole thing, none of it add up. It don't add up. Because no matter how many guns you buy, it ain't gonna make the prices of the food go down. It ain't making the gas go down. Actually, the gun owners and bullet makers are getting more rich. So that's why I say, in my opinion, it's a recipe for disaster. And like I said, it's all adding up to something. All of this shit is going somewhere. You just got to follow and pay attention. Because like I said, this ain't no damn secret. I told y'all, there's no more secrets. Everything is in the light now. I told you this. They know people are so asleep, they can do everything in your face right now. That's why I told you the so-called elite, they got power, but they really don't got no power. Do you understand that? Their power is working in darkness, or their power really is sorcery, tricking your ass. That's their real power, how they could trick you right in your face. That is the real power. They don't hide every fucking thing. If that's the case, half the shit you know now, you would never know. Would have never been on the fucking internet if it was a such thing as secrets. So when we talk about these different organizations, we know they shit. We know this. We know what that means. We know this. We know that. Everything we know. I know that. I know that. What the fuck does that got to do? You know all this shit, but can you stop what they're doing? No, you can't. You know why? Because they work magic on your ass. So you can know everything they're going to do. And I told you, before a magic trick gets done, the magician always tell you what they're going to do first. I told you this, man. People that listen to me, I've been telling you the same shit. And the reason why I keep repeating the same shit, because people forget. So when I talk to my people, I got to keep repeating shit so you understand. Do you think all this information, look, man, thousands and thousands of years, these secrets have been kept in vaults. Once it came to the internet, they know everybody knows what's going on now. So guess what they did? They switched the whole game plan up. That's why you see, you know what? Now they're like, look, we're not gonna play with them no more. They know too much. But what you didn't understand is they gave you an old playbook. For my people that know about sports, every team has a playbook on how to win. If you just so happen to get your hand on a team's playbook and they switch up all the players and get a new playbook, that playbook you got is obsolete. That's the game I'm telling you. See, when you tap into me, I'm going to tell you futuristic. I'm going to tell you futuristic how it worked, in my opinion. This shit niggas be talking, I'm going to say it the last time. Everything niggas be talking about, I knew that shit in the fucking 90s. They've been put this shit out here, but guess what they did? Since they put all the info out here, they changed the fucking blueprint to the game. They changed the manual. So while you worried about this and this, that, and the third, they doing this, that, and the third. They got a whole new game plan for your ass. And this is part of the game plan. Salute to Net and John Shaft. The mass cows that's found dead in Kansas. You know, your beef, your steaks, all of that. Now we're going to tap into this right here. We're going to make sense of this nonsense. We're going to see what's really going on. Take a look. This y'all food right here. This y'all food right here. Or at least what they're showing. But like I said, a lot of this go a lot of different ways. Now, look. We see mass dead cows. The rancher has no idea why. Like I said, John Shaft sent me information, said 3,000 cows died. Annette sent me the same story. It said 2,000 cows died. Which one is it? Somebody playing with the numbers, right? But look, this said the rancher has no idea. Then I looked it up, did my own research. They trying to say it's because of the high humidity levels. But my point is this. Whatever it is, how the hell could all these cows just die like that? And it looks to me like all these cows are lined up perfectly. It looked like they all was lined up perfectly and put in position to shoot this footage. And like I say, for people that never traveled the world, never seen how cows actually eat off the land, you'll see it's not even a bunch of grass around. So you mean to tell me they just die from high humidity levels? Because usually I could have sworn a farmer takes care of his cows and make sure they got everything they need when they in a location. But that's not the point. The point is they are perfectly lined up, stacked up, and put in a position for these pictures. We have no proof it's 3,000 or 2,000, but my point is not about that. The point is what they're promoting. What they are promoting is your food is dying. Your milk, your cheese, your steak, your burgers, your ribs, all that stuff you love. They're trying to show you that shit is dying, which means starvation coming. And we already know and learned about what they told us about the crops are drying up. And this is the last harvest of the wheat, meat, droughting. Also, you was told, like I was speaking on, they saying this shit gonna last for a long time. So when I see this, to me, this represents the shortage of the food that's coming. You know why? Because that's saying that these cows are not going to get processed. That meat is not going to go where it's supposed to go. And guess what? Things are going to start drying up. So I'm going to suggest to my people, you better start mastering your diet right now. You better start learning how to eat to live. That's why I'm trying to tell you. Why they got you ready for war, you're going to be so fucking hungry, you ain't going to be able to fight nobody. They got the shit set up. I've told you they work it a whole nother way. How you going to go to war when ain't no fucking food for you to eat like that? And blessed to the people that actually have big families, that have to know how to stretch out your resources. I'm telling you, they playing with the food. Now, mind you, we already know about the other food that's really tampered with. We ain't talking about that. When you see this, because remember, for people that understand, each cow is worth a lot of money. It's worth a lot of money once they break it down. You know the filet mignon and all that. That's all within the cow. It's a lot of stuff within the cow. So when you see thousands of dead cows, that's a lot of money down the drain, which means a lot of people not going to get the food. The supermarkets is not going where it's supposed to go. And we don't know if this being done on purpose. We don't know. We don't know if it's happening all over. They're just showing us a part of Kansas. We don't know if this is going on all over. But what I have been paying attention to is they are constantly promoting these food droughts. I just told y'all yesterday about the extreme weather. This is so-called part of the extreme weather because they said these cows died from drastic humidity levels. Like basically, I guess they was chilling. The weather just flipped all of a sudden real quick and they all passed out. That's what they're trying to say. Then you got to remember this shit is on TikTok, and you was told about TikTok, who actually controls TikTok, and TikTok is also a new form of media to portray and display certain images. And I just told you, one shit said 3,000, one said 2,000. I told you they play with numbers. It could be 50,000. We don't know. All I'm saying is you got to watch how the game being played. That's why they keep trying to have people led astray. So this starvation shit that's predicted to come is not a fucking game. For those who've been sleeping, the shit is for real. And the only reason why we're not feeling it yet because it's actually taking place right now. They saying this is the last harvest. So basically, these last cows, these last corns grown, all this last run, once it's all dealt with, they're trying to say that's going to be the last, or it's going to get very, very scarce after that. This is what they saying. I told you, they telling it right to your face. I ain't telling you nothing spectacular. I ain't sitting here telling you believe nothing I say. I'm showing you what it is. And now you're going to understand why people keep playing these fucking games. Because they want you off guard and they want to catch you slipping out here. But guess what? It's already inevitable. It's part of the program that they're going to use in this so-called war, in this so-called warfare, and that's why I call it World War III. Because you was taught that it was going to be all countries. No, all countries are already here. Let's be clear. All countries are already here making money, hand over fist. And it's a particular people, in my opinion, they are the fucking targets. And the target of the people is basically those who don't have. The have-nots. They don't have what? No money. They have no knowledge. They are the sheep. And we know what happens to the sheep. That's the plan. That is the war. That's all I'm saying. That's how I see it. So each to each his own. You got to get in where you fit in. But my point is this. They like I said, they saying blacks are buying guns because of George Floyd. So now George Floyd got you so pissed off and scared you just now buying your first gun. Now you're ready for war because of George Floyd. This is what they're saying. They saying because of the Buffalo shooting, now you focus and you ready to go to war. Now everybody buying guns because of that. And what happened to the Capitol? They showed you the other day of what? The 31 people caught with the bombs and all of that, showing you they was ready for, they call them a hate group. My point is you keep seeing all this promotion of different forms of hate, anger, weaponry. For people that are smart, you understand what all this shit is adding up to. And now, mind you, on top of this ain't got shit to do with the crime that's already going on in the hood. So at the end of the day, let's be real. Now, let's say this black man bought the gun to go to war with another race. Let's just say he got that gun to go to war. What's actually going to happen is, if he lives in the hood and some shit happened in his hood, 9 times out of 10, he's going to use that gun on his own people. So this is another way of putting more guns in the hood, more guns in the community, because a lot of these guns are going, I'm going to be real with you, bro, in this picture, 9 times out of 10, you're going to use that gun on your own people before you actually use that gun on anybody else. I'm just telling you how it's set up to be. Because when your next door neighbor be starving, he going to try to run up in your crib. Or when your wife out here driving, she going to get jacked. Nigga, this shit happen in the news every day. They know that you're going to use that gun on your own people before you even get a chance to be in some fucking race war. I'm trying to tell you how they got this shit rigged. It's all rigged up. So that's why you see this man with this gun looking confused, like he don't know what to do. Because they said that a lot of people have just now bought my first gun. And you can have a gun all day, but like I said, if you ain't war ready, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you a million times, if you got that gun and somebody shooting back at you, you ain't built like that. I don't know what to tell you. So that's all I'm saying. It's different now. But all of these different agendas have been promoted. So that's what it is. What's up, Rondell? They will talk about January 6th all day, but won't talk about the West Texas just lost their water supply. That's a fact. Yes, yes, yes. So Texas lost their water supply. They saying that the cows died from the humidity. Now, remember, we was talking about it yesterday about how they say it's been extreme droughts. And we know if it's extreme droughts, that means what? The farmers cannot provide for their stock and their food, which also applies to the what? The food shortage. There you go. They're telling you every day. Meanwhile, like I said, the shit we love and the shit we buy every day already going up every day. Every fucking day. I went somewhere out rock with this shit going up every day. I'm like, man, y'all went up on this? Yeah. Because what they doing it slick. They add a little $1.50 extra, a little $2 extra, then charge you tax. You dig? And then they got people tricked to pay with their card all the time. So you might run your card thinking it's regular price, but you done got your shit jacked up and you ain't know the price went up. Now you like that, I can't even get my money back because it's on the card. That's why I told you got to make sure you keep cash too. You know what I'm saying? But look, y'all, look, it's not officially summer. Summer is going to be 3 months. This is going to keep happening. It's going to keep going on. We know for a fact the weather's going to be hell this summer. And all of this shit going on back to back to back. But meanwhile, while all this is going on, this is what they're promoting on the back end. Race war. But guess what? Like I told you, so-called urban people, you got 2 wars because allegedly, because they got you focusing on other races to fight, and meanwhile, you're going to be fighting your own race. So you're going to be fighting 2 races at once. Or should I say 2 wars at once? You're going to be fighting 2 wars. Do you understand what's going on, man? I'm telling y'all, man. This is what's really going on. I told you I'm going to tell you about the future. I talk in futuristic terms only. I deal with the present. I deal with the past. Now, salute to my people that cover the past. Salute to my people that keep us update with current events in the present. But I give you a little bit of all. But I'm telling you, I show you the focus on the future, so you can see what's going to happen. Because that's how they move. They talk in signs and symbols, and they talk futuristic. And the reason why they talk futuristic, because they know you're going to be caught up in the past and the present, and you're always going to miss what the fuck they're talking about. But a lot of things, guess what? You actually can't see before it take place. You actually can. The same way we had a conversation on how, look, they'll tell, like, I always use Hurricane Katrina, for example. When they told the people the big storm coming, they always give the warning. What happened? The people start leaving. The people that know better, they'll leave. Then you have people that always sit back and say, oh, it ain't going to happen. It'll pass over. Those are the people that become the victims, the people that don't believe when they tell you. The people that think futuristic, they say, well, shit, let me get in a position just in case, if it is, you know what I'm saying, just in case it takes place, let me be in position, let me be ready. Futuristic. The people that live in the past, they say, well, man, the last one didn't do that. The last one just passed over it. See, the past. And that's how they always fuck you over, because they keep you in the past, like slavery, shit like that. You always in the fucking past. You always in the 80s and 90s, but you don't understand. They focus on 2030, the 2030 agenda. I don't want to hear about no 80s and 90s. That's me personally. Why? Because I already seen that shit. We already lived through that. I'm worried about 2030. I'm not worried about 2030. I want to know about 2030. I want to know about 2027. I don't care about no 91, 92. That's what they want you to do. Stay stuck in the past, so we'll have our way with you in the future, and you won't have no future because you're always in the fucking past. Now you understand why I tell you I don't care about none of that old shit. I don't care about no old rappers. I don't care about none old. I don't care about none I already seen take place with these two eyes. These two eyes are for what's about to come, because I plan on being here in the future. You get it? When you plan on being here in the future, you focus on your future. When you want to get stuck in the past, your ass get left in the past. And when you left in the past, it's easier to get you in that ditch. That's how the shit is played. If you don't know the game of life, then you're just always going to lose. You got to focus on the future. But you got to make it in the present. And yes, you have to know your past. I'm just saying you can't be more stuck in the past and you ain't paying attention to your future. That's like you always in your rear view, but you ain't watching the fucking road. You just looking at the rear view the whole time you drive. That's stupidity. Life is very simple. That's all I'm saying. Very, very simple. But the fact of the matter is, this is what's really going on, all right? And we know for a fact that shit is, the cows are lined up perfect. They lined up perfect. Meaning, somebody took the time out to lay them cows like that. Because if anybody's seen a farm with your own eyes in real life, you know cows be all over the place. They don't just be like that and one. No. These got piled up like that and put in place for the pictures. We don't know who did it. We don't know who released it. We don't know who made it go viral. But we do know one thing. They wanted to give us the image. And to some people, this is a warning. Because I told you they talk in signs and symbols. They don't got to say nothing. They're just going to put images up. Those that catch it will catch it. Those that won't. That's how the shit works. But you thought it was just about the G, the square, the compass. You thought it was just about the pyramid on the back of the dollar. Everything they fucking do is signs and symbols. Now, the only thing you should be focused on the past and history is, if you pay attention to the past and history, yes, some things they do repeat because you was told history repeat itself. But actually what it is, whatever they did in the past that worked, they'll do that shit again. That's it. It's nothing spectacular what they be doing. That's all I'm saying, man. And also, to go back, like I said, with that so-called race war, in my opinion, they getting ready for those of us that did see that footage of that particular man that got killed in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Remember that man named Loyola that was shot by that cop? Patrick Loyola, whatever his name. I think he was African or whatever, but it was in Michigan. He got shot. The cop shot him in the back of the head, broad daylight, in front of the neighborhood and everything, because he was so-called resisting arrest. But my point is, do you see how they downplayed it? You didn't hear nothing about it. Like, see, that's my point. I'm going to show y'all something. I'm going to show you how a lot of people pick and choose their battles and how people only react of what's off the internet and what goes viral. I'm going to show you how you're under mind control. Everybody went hard for George Floyd when he got that foot on his neck. Nobody went hard for this black man that got his head blown off in broad daylight by the cop. No ifs, ands about it, no nothing. A lot of y'all forgot. A lot of y'all ain't even seen it because it wasn't trendy on the news. Remember? It wasn't a Black Lives Matter stage event, whatever. See? I'm showing you how y'all pick and choose. Niggas are arguing with me over George Floyd all day. Niggas are coming at my neck for George Floyd. But what? What about Mr. Patrick? He got his head blown off in broad daylight by a police officer. And nobody did nothing. Because you know why? The police has now been fired, which means he was working all this time. This happened months ago. I think January, February, something like that. Y'all remember? Just Google the man's name. Patrick Lyoya. In Michigan, for those who forgot, those who didn't know. He got his head blown off in broad daylight, and they put it on camera, and it was on the news. They ain't even hide the shit. And nobody went hard. No Black Lives Matter, no crump, no nothing. Went right out the window. That's when they said, yeah, we got them. They sleep. They only going to react to what we showed them to react to. Then they going to get mad. If we put on the news and we show it 100 times a day, they'll get mad. But if we show it one time, a couple times, and don't say nothing, they ain't going to get mad. See, I told you, man. They got you already. Because you pick and choose when they get mad. Oh, you want to get mad when they tell you to get mad, huh? That's because you don't know no better. But my point is, the cop that blew this man's brains out in broad daylight, he was still on the force. He just got retired. He just got fired just recently. And he killed the man. I've never seen a police shoot a man while he was on the ground, face down on the ground. He already got the man down, and he shot him right in the back of the head, clean, in broad daylight. You ain't see no Black Lives Matter. You ain't see no nothing. I told you, man, this shit is all bullshit. But you react when they tell you to react. That's why I told you media is a weapon. They run this shit. Because as long as they can make you jump when they want you to jump and you say ha, as long as they can show you an image of a nigga getting beat up by police, they can make you go do this. And that's why you see him in his picture. He don't even know why he's going to buy the gun. He's just buying the gun because of what he's seen on TV. Mind control. Do you understand that? That's the warfare, mind control. So don't talk to me about nothing. I don't debate. I don't do none of that. If you ain't cracked the code on mind control, guess what? You might be under a spell right now. That is the weaponry they use. Spells, sorcery. And guess what the device they use? Media. Technology, period. So they ain't got to worry about you. While you going to buy guns, they on an island somewhere chilling. They with their family on a boat somewhere while you worried about which gun you going to buy today for a fucking race war. You understand that? That's how this shit is being played. If you ain't smart, you ain't going to make it out here, period. It's a different game being played. I told y'all that, man. The game of trickery. And some niggas have mastered that shit. That's right. You never heard of that story? For those that didn't hear the story, all you got to do is Google Patrick Lyoya. Patrick, Lyoya. It happened in Michigan. The cop shot him in the back of the head, bro. They was tussling for a minute. Like that man was handling, like they was trying to restrain him, but he wasn't trying to hear it. He kept bucking. He was pushing him. He couldn't do nothing. There was 3 cops there, but when it was all said and done, he got the tussling with one cop. The cop was trying to tase him and all of that. My point is this. Once the cop got him on the ground in the cuffs, he shot him clean in the back of the head. Straight killed him. And it was on camera, and it was on the news, all of that. They just didn't keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. They didn't keep pushing the agenda, but it happened. And that was really, really an event that was supposed to really get people in an uproar because that was outright murder. But guess what? He's the cop. He's still chilling. He just now got fired. And they say he was a cop for 7 years before that happened. He is still chilling right now with no smoke, no nothing. Because guess what? People ain't getting mad. People ain't peeping. So it just shows you, man. But all of that, a lot of that stuff they was promoting, it was to have you. Let's be real. Look, a lot of us was raised to fear the police because that's that slave mentality. They trained you to fear the police the same way they trained people back in the day to fear the overseer because the overseer is the officer. So back in the day when your peoples were slaves, allegedly, they had to fear the overseer. The overseer was the one that whipped your ass when you didn't listen to master. The overseer was the one that put you in place when you ran away. The overseer. So in our generation, they taught you to fear the officer. And we do understand now, yes, it is good cops and bad cops, but my point is the fear was planted in you to fear officers before you even became an adult. That's why how many times we all been a victim of this that got licensed or didn't do nothing wrong. It's time you seen police and you got shook real quick. You got nervous. You ain't do shit because that's the fear that was planted in you. That is part of the mind control game. To have you fearing the overseer. And you start thinking the overseer is somebody special and they ain't really nobody. It's a person that get up and got a fucking job just like everybody else. They just got a badge, meaning they ain't got no real power, but you was trained to think they had a lot of power. And actually the only power they got is the power you give them. That's how the shit go. But you got to remember your whole life you was taught different fear tactics. And when you got older, some of this fear stayed in your body as a grown-up. That's why you got a lot of grown-ups that are still fearful and scared. You understand? Still scared of the boogeyman. What's a boogeyman? A man, something you're scared of that doesn't have a direct effect on you. It's like woulda, coulda, shoulda. Woulda, coulda, shoulda is an energy that's kind of tied in with the boogeyman. Shit that you might in your mind you thinking about, but shit that might not never happen. Because it comes from a place called fear. So you've been taught to fear people and you walk around with fear. And while you're fearing them and calling yourself getting ready, they out here living their best life and beat you at a whole nother game. So that's why you see this picture is a national picture of a black man looking confused about a firearm he's buying. And really, he don't know what to do with it. He's just buying it because he feel like it's a race war or because of the Capitol. They say one story was because of the Capitol while blacks are buying guns. Another story said blacks are buying guns because of George Floyd. And another one said blacks are running out buying guns because of the recent killings. But they didn't tell you actually it is a lot of black women buying guns because a lot of women are being victimized, raped, robbed. That's why a lot of people are really buying guns. And a lot of people are buying guns because of the crime. But they ain't going to tell you about that part because I told you that's going to be a whole nother war of so-called have against the have-nots. Those that listen to me, I already told you that. They already told you on the news actually what's going to happen. That's why I told you the ones that are buying these guns are going to 9 times out of 10 use them on their own people in the hood, in the regular neighborhood. When I say the hood, I just mean the community of melanated people. The hood is also in the suburbs now. The hood is all over now. Let's not play. It's all over. So when you come to the suburbs trying to come up, this was going to happen. You got to break into somebody's car. A man like this is going to air you out. You understand that? When you try, this is what's going on, right? They're perpetuating everybody on edge, all right? But when it's all said and done, all guns are going to be turned against each other. That's how I see it. So I had to touch on that race war. But it's not just a race war. It's going to be racists shooting against each other too. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to have a lot of guns, and there's going to be a lot of food out here. That's all you got to know. Everybody going to have guns, and everybody not going to have no gas. So my point is, when you look at the whole thing, it's a recipe for disaster and failure. That's all I'm saying. That's what I see. All right? What else we got? Oh, yeah, I got to talk about this. This is something else that happened, man. And this is weird too, but it's real serious to show you how far they're going, right? A man in Missouri, right? A man in Missouri broke into a prehistoric Native American grounds, meaning he was doing his own excavations. He was doing his own research of digging, things of that nature on ancient Native American grounds. And he was digging up artifacts, all of that. And the feds charged him on an indictment. The feds say Johnny Lee Brown was his name, was charged with 11-count indictment. He was charged with an 11-count indictment for illegally digging up ancient artifacts. They trying to say he caused 300,000 worth of damage. But for those of us that got an idea of what's going on, this man was digging up a lot of facts that they didn't want to get out. But you got to understand, these facts had to be so real that he got 11 count indictment. They locked his ass up, meaning he ain't going to get to tell the truth on what he found. And they trying to say he did 300,000 worth of damage. And this happened around the Harry Truman Lake. So, you know, a lot of these ancient grounds, they remixed the name on it so you won't know where the fuck it's at. And they said he had other people with him. They used shovels, you know, rakes. They did a lot of digging, got a lot of artifacts. And they also said this particular Native American ground was protected by the U.S. Army as well. So I guess he was sneaking on here doing what he got to do. Either way, common sense, you got to understand, why was they protecting this land so heavy? Because it's a lot of history about America. I suggest a lot of y'all get to studying. And I will say this, you was told not only one lie, you was told lies on top of lies on top of lies on top of lies. When you start really digging, you'll start seeing how far America really goes. And you'll understand different reasons why you was taught certain things, like to go against America, to go against certain. See, you don't understand the game that was played. And you don't understand this continent, people have been living here for thousands upon thousands of years, because also in the story, they also admitted that this particular ground in Missouri and the artifacts he found goes back 3,000 to 5,000 years. And you figure that out. Oh, man. All you got to understand is how people keep forgetting. This world we live right now, this America we in right now, capital, right? All this shit we living in, this shit ain't been 1,000 years. This empire you see on the back of the bill has not even been established for 1,000 years here. It's only been a couple of hundred. But I just told you, the story told you about the ancestors that was here 3,000 to 5,000 years ago. So now you'll see why some people don't even know who the fuck they are. Everybody didn't come up no damn slave shit. I told you they'd be telling you this to your face. Only a couple of people, a couple of the 100,000s came on them boats. But it was a lot of people already here. Way, way, way before. And guess what? Some of these states that you considered to be boring or lame, that you was taught to stay away from, they corny, they whack, those are some of the main states your people was at. And you don't go there, you don't have no clue, and you don't have no ties to history. Therefore, you don't know what's going on. But guess what? The powers that be, they know. That's why they keep your ass out of these places. Guess what? That's why they keep these places messed up on purpose. So you won't never go there. They make it look country, yeah. They make it look deserted, lame. And you don't understand, once upon a time, those were prosperous lands where your peoples lived at. And guess what? The artifacts and proof is still there. But they know you're going to take a trip somewhere else. You're not going to take a trip to go look at your history. You ain't going to the Grand Canyon. Shit like that. You ain't, you understand? You're not going to, like we said yesterday, you're not going to Montana. You're not going to Missouri. But my point is, this man is in the feds because he is charged with 11 count indictment. He ain't sell no drugs. He ain't kill nobody. He did nothing wrong but do some digging and found some truth. And he got jacked the fuck up. And he's getting charged. He got indicted. And because they say he was doing this digging since 2016. And he was getting his hands on certain artifacts that allegedly they don't want to get out here. Because you got to remember something too. Every time somebody finds an artifact, that destroys a lie. That proves some of the lies that's been put in your head. One artifact could dethrone a whole history book. It could mess up a whole teaching in schools. Do you understand? So that's why in America, when you start dealing with real truth, they deal with your ass. That's why I'm trying to tell you, a lot of people you think speaking truth, they ain't speaking no fucking truth, because if they did, they has to be locked up or dead. The shit you speak, remind you. Now, let me tell you this clear. The things you allowed to speak on is the things that are already out here. Once you start trying to come with some unknown new shit, that's when you get dealt with. Because you know why? That's not what they want out there. I just told you. I just repeated myself. When I just sat here and told you everything you learned of the internet is because they fucking wanted you to know that information. So therefore, it's not a whole lot of secrets because it's revelation time. Everything is revealed. It's revelation and information. That's why nothing is really unknown. It's only unknown to those who don't search. Everything on the internet is they want you to know. But what they don't want you to know is when you start digging up shit, finding shit on your own, that's when you're a fucking problem. Because it's not sanctioned to be out there yet. And for those who know about the Smithsonian, you know that's where a lot of the real artifacts in America at. And you know, guess what? You ain't never gonna see a lot of that shit. Yeah, you heard about it. The Smithsonian. They got all the keys. They got all the history of this country and the world. Basically America. And when you find something serious, they come and take it from your ass and lock you up and tell you better never run your mouth. That's how the shit work. But this man got indicted. 11-count indictment for digging up artifacts going back 3,000 to 5,000 years ago in America. This happened in Missouri, where your ancestors was living at. So you got to do the math. That's why certain places get it the worst. Certain places are oppressed the most because sometimes that's where a lot of your history lies. Let's be clear, right? As far as in America, all we really know is to stay on highways, cities. We don't never know what's going outside them there highways or cities. But guess what? That's how they reversed it. All your peoples actually lived outside all of those interstates and cities because they had what? Land. So they took the land, secluded it, made it forbidden for you to go on them lands and stay your ass in the city. You stay your ass over there. You don't go that way. You stay over there because they ain't want you to start figuring things out too much. Because when you don't know your history, you don't actually know where your peoples really was at heavy. You don't know about the Appalachian Mountains and how they go from all the way from Illinois through VA and down to Tennessee. You ain't know your people used to be up in the mountains chilling, and that's where they was laying low at when shit was getting. When you know what I'm saying, you don't understand that they was using shit like the Appalachian Mountains as warfare, and they couldn't even pull up. Like when they had people and slaves and all that, they couldn't just pull up to the mountains like that because they would have got smoked. You see, a lot of ancient ancestors, they knew how to use these particular grounds as warfare. Like the Grand Canyon, they go states. People don't know the Grand Canyon is more than one state. Over 200 miles, a straight mountain terrain, caves. They found artifacts in those caves. My point is, a lot of your ancestors was in these locations, and it was hard to conquer them because they knew the warfare of the terrain. So they told you about many different wars and many different things that happened, but they didn't tell you that these particular places, your people was at 3,000, 5,000 years ago. And they told you to your face, America is not that old. Then you also understand why you'll see in history, it was all about the East Coast. And they ain't really want no smoke with going west. Then you heard about the Wild West. Then you heard about all the wars that happened in the Wild West. But you ain't really know the real history of the Wild West because you was just taught about the East Coast. Remember, they always taught us about the 13 colonies. But guess what? While the 13 colonies was here, was a whole bunch of shit going on in America. And they ain't want no smoke. Until they had to start getting certain people to help them. But it was many, many different wars fought in this land over time and thousands of years. That's all I'm saying. My point is, I'm bringing it back, is that a man got indicted on 11 counts, federal, for digging where he was not supposed to be digging. He ain't killed nobody. He ain't do nothing wrong but dig and find out some information. His ass got indicted. And I'm going to say it the last time. Us speaking on shit they already know, they don't care about that. They care about when you start speaking on shit you ain't supposed to speak about that they don't want to get out here. So I told you, purposely, the so-called Illuminati, purposely, they put all that shit out there for you to feed off of for the past years. Because I told you, they switched the game plan. And they're also using this information to say now some of them know too fucking much. And now we got to get rid of their ass. Because they're too smart for their own good. You get it? Kind of like when you got a child and your child start acting like they grown, and you understand what I'm telling you? Kind of like some of us got put out the house when we got too grown. Well, that's how America feel about certain people. You got too smart for your own good. They ready to put your ass out the house. And that's why you see all of this different shit taking place. They got too smart, we'll starve their ass. They got too smart, we'll jack everything up on their ass. So since they so smart, they like, figure this out right here then. You so smart, you know about the Illuminati in the industry, but you don't know how we kill what we doing to this food. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This is the game they playing. You don't know what happened to these cows, do you? Riddle me that. They're like, haha, y'all know everything else about the industry. Y'all know about what we do in the rooms. Y'all know about all that fruity stuff, but you don't know about this one. You know why? Because they wanted you to ponder on all that shit. Why they doing a whole nother game plan. That's my opinion. So when that man told you about the fake news, all that shit is warfare to keep you confused. Misinformation, disinformation, man. Let them figure out everything. They can know everything in the world, but they ain't gonna know what happened to these cows. That's the game they playing. I'm sorry to tell you. He gonna buy a gun, but he ain't really gonna know why he buying it. He don't even know who he gonna shoot with it. He just know he gonna buy a gun. I'm telling you, man. And that's why on the look of his face is the look of confusion. Confusion is works of the devil himself. Once you confused, you already lost. There you go. So smart, you dumb. And that's how they did it. There you go. Because remember, you can have a lot of knowledge all day, but because you got a lot of knowledge does not mean you have wisdom. If you don't have wisdom, you're not actually wise to what you know. You don't have a wise dome. Let me give you an example. When you was young, a lot of us learned how to cook early. You know how to cook when you was younger, right? But as you got older, you learn how to cook better because you have what? Wisdom. You are more wise of how to conduct yourself in the kitchen, how to actually make a meal. See, you can have knowledge, but you can teach your child to cook right now, but they're not going to have the wisdom you have in the kitchen of what pot to use, what amount of fire to use, how to season properly. They're not going to have the wisdom you have because you spent more time in the kitchen. So you can have knowledge, but if you have no wisdom, it's irrelevant to an extent. You just got a whole lot of information. You know a whole lot, but you don't know how to use none of that shit. And that's what you've been seeing. A lot of people that know a lot of shit, but they can't break it down and apply it to their life because they're not what? They are not wise. A fool can know a whole lot, but does not mean they're wise. Do you understand that? So a lot of us, not me, but a lot of people have been being tricked by people portraying themselves to have a lot of knowledge. But then when you started peeping, they're not as wise as you thought they was. They just was talking a lot of shit out their mouth because they knew a lot. But the shit they knew was what they was told to know, and they never looked into it themselves, broke it down, and therefore they didn't get nothing out of it, and they're not wise. Wisdom comes from knowing how to apply what you know. When you have knowledge and you know how to use it properly, that's wisdom. So you see a man with a gun, but he's not wise because he don't even know how to shoot the gun accurately. I'm just showing you. Because they use this as national news with this man on the picture, and I know what they're painting. You see a confused man holding a gun. And that is a recipe for disaster. So remember what they told you. It's not the gun, it's the person with the gun. So when you got a person with a gun that's confused and ain't war ready, he don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? This also leads to what? Innocent people getting shot. This is how people buy guns, and sometimes what? Kids get killed in the house. Because people just go buy a damn gun. Oh, I forgot to put the lock on it. I forgot to take the clip out. I forgot to put it up. Or sometimes they underestimate their kids, think their kids are stupid, and they'll understand your kids know how to shoot from playing Fortnite and, Grand Theft Auto. And they might see that gun in real life and want to play with it. So this also perpetuates that behavior of guns in the home. That's why I'm trying to tell you why they got people perpetuating a race war. A lot of these guns are going to be used on their own people due to ignorance. That's all I'm saying. I'm about to go back to the top of the top. Give me 1 second. Back. All right. Now look, I'm gonna go back to the beginning for those that didn't catch it. because the trial has begun. Now, how many of y'all knew that this trial was back? I breezed through the internet yesterday. I breezed online. I didn't see nobody really talking about it. I seen other things being spoken about, other distractions. I didn't see nobody talk about the Nipsey Hussle trial, how that began. But anyway, we neither here nor there. Yeah. The Nipsey Hussle trial kicked off, for those that didn't know. I honestly want to know how many people knew this trial was taking place. Let me know in the chat if you knew this trial was taking place. I'm trying to see something real quick. I'm trying to see if I'm tripping or not. Because I told you, right? Certain people on this internet, they don't break stories. It's certain stories they purposely avoid on purpose. I try to make sure I speak on shit that people ain't talking about. Sometimes you can't do that. Sometimes my point is this. I really be doing my homework and touching on shit. And I specifically, a lot of time, I go to certain platforms to see if they touched on it. And the shit they don't touch on, I make sure I touch on. Then you'll notice a lot of time, certain things I touch on, then they want to touch on it. But still, certain topics they stay far away from. That's all I'm saying. See, okay, I'm saying no, I didn't know about it. I need to know who really knew about this Nipsey shit was going on. This is big news. Because remember, when he died, it was big news, was it not? When he died, we heard about it every day. We heard every conspiracy theory. We heard so much when Nipsey Hussle died. It's in court right now. Now, let's talk about this. We heard a lot of slander on Nipsey Hussle. We heard every type of disrespect towards Nipsey Hussle. We heard particular people with Nipsey name in their mouth. And these particular people that had Nipsey name in their mouth, mysteriously, these people started trending again this week. I wonder if these people knew about the trial. Because I seen certain niggas trending, certain niggas talking about certain shit that was bullshit, fake beefs, but I heard nobody talking about Nipsey, and these are the same people that had Nipsey name in their mouth disrespectfully. In my opinion, because you niggas be listening. Right? Now, we're going to talk about the Nipsey trial. This shit public information. This ain't no secret. They just want to keep you distracted. Now, check this out. They said the Nipsey Hussle trial kicked off. Nipsey's legal team called the witness to the stand, that dude named Cowboy, that old man that walk around with that cowboy hat, supposed to be cuz a Crip or whatever. He the one that so-called was around Nip all the time, the one that was there allegedly when it happened. But I don't got to say allegedly because he got on the stand to say he was there. And he said that Nipsey never called Shitty cuz a snitch. He said, Nipsey Hussle said, you know, there's paperwork out there floating around on you. Nipsey said, I haven't read it, but you need to take care of that. And allegedly, Cowboy said that Eric Holder, Shitty cuz, said, basically, Nip, you hating on me. And being that he said Nipsey hating on him, it was said that after Shitty cuz shot him and kicked him in the head, he said, you through. And Nipsey allegedly said, you got me. So this nigga Cowboy allegedly heard everything, ain't bust off one shot, ain't do shit, but he heard it all. And this is what he got on the stand and said. Now, they also said in court, they made a point to say that this was a personal beef. But we also know we heard a lot of different allegations that I ain't going to get into. We heard a lot of allegations on why Nipsey really died. All you got to do is Google the Nipsey Hussle conspiracy. A lot of people had a lot of different ideas, and guess what? Some of them make sense, but I ain't going to get into that. But just so happened, the people names that I heard thrown around in this Nipsey Hussle shit, they all happen to go, they all made sure they was in the news this week. I'll say that. They all made sure they was trending this week, some kind of way. And to me, it looks like a fucking distraction to me. But like I said, I ain't got to throw nobody's name under the bus. Y'all just got to pay attention. That's why I say I don't take none of this shit serious. It's a joke. But this trial is not a joke, and it's really going on. And they're trying to make it like it was a personal beef. So let's ask the question, why would Nipsey Hussle have to hate on Eric Holder, aka Shitty Cuz? Why would Nipsey have to hate on him? Somebody make that clear to me. This Shitty Cuz, this is Nip. Why would Nip be hating on him? But allegedly, that's what Shitty Cuz said. Why you hating on me? And then shot him and kicked him in the head. But in my opinion, when he kicked him in the head, he was trying to make sure he was dead. That's my opinion. In my opinion, it was a hit. In my opinion. Who gave the hit? I don't know. I don't want to know. And we also know that Nipsey was supposed to have a certain meeting that week, if I'm not mistaken. And when he didn't make it to that meeting, who went to the meeting? Riddle me that. I'm going to see how smart people are. When he didn't make it to the meeting, who met with the LAPD the same exact time? Weeks after, a particular person met with the LAPD, basically a Nipsey Hussle place where he didn't make it. And when you figure out who the person was that sat down with the NYPD, you'll see who that person is affiliated with. I told you they always slip up, they always play themselves. But it's not my point to put niggas on blast because I don't get paid for that shit. And then all you got to figure out is who been trending this week. Because you got to remember, see, they're masters. They know how to trend to throw off another trend. You see? Remember how I broke down how Black China was trending and the Kardashians knew how to cop block her trend? Remember when Lori Harvey started trending? Kim knew how to cop block her trend. Well, Nipsey was supposed to be trending, but certain people cop blocked his trend because they didn't want you to pay attention to the case. But this shit public information. I told you that, man. But y'all keep believing in these fucking people. You think they real. You think they thorough. You think they solid. You give them all your fucking time and attention. And every time they lead you down a fucking ditch. And a lot of y'all supposed to be Nip supporters, free Nip, Nip alive. You go hard for Nip, but you ain't even paying attention to the damn trial. And you still supporting the wrong people. That's all I'm saying. We heard allegations of this man had a tape that we ain't seen yet, that a nigga just freestyle and niggas went for that shit. You heard everything bad. Look, when this man was alive, you heard none of that shit. No bad talk, no nothing. Matter of fact, let's throw it out the window. Let's see if all that shit is true. All right. My point is, we know what this man said out of his own mouth, what he stand for, what he said he was about. He said he was about that health. He started co-signing particular people. He started being about that health, right? We know for a fact he was talking about that what? That crypto. We know for a fact he was talking about rebuilding certain areas. We know for a fact he was talking about doing certain things. We didn't hear none of this negative shit till when he died. And when he died, who was the number one people campaigning? The slander. That's all I got to say, man. You can't figure this shit out, man. Don't talk to me about who real or who ain't real. Don't talk to me about none of that shit. You niggas are stupid and you keep a lot of sausage in your mouth and you don't keep your eyes open wide enough. That's the problem. That ain't my job, like I said. I'm just going to show you how people that you think smart ain't as smart as you think they are. And they always fuck up. That's it. So I want y'all to ask yourself how smart are y'all. So look, we know Nip got clipped. And this is Shitty Cuz right now. They say he's in PC, solitary confinement. He's scared. Basically, they scared for his life because they know in regular population somebody gonna kill him. That's what they saying. So basically, he's under police protection. All right, technically. And Cowboy got on the stand and made it basically let it be known that it was a personal beef. So I'm gonna tell y'all right now, being that it's a personal beef, you can throw all the conspiracies out the window. And it's a personal beef. According to the court, right now, what happened in court, according to right now, Nipsey was hating on Shitty Cuz. Shitty Cuz killed Nip over the hate. End of the discussion. And they say that Cowboy never said he was a snitch. In my opinion, because if it's proven that Shitty Cuz was a snitch, it's gonna make somebody else hot because it's gonna look like he was affiliated with somebody, and maybe he was sanctioned to do what he did. This whole shit is messy. That's why I say, man, you just pay attention. It ain't my job to crack this shit. But as of right now, the beef was personal, and Shitty Cuz said Nipsey was hating on him. And that's why he killed him. And when you see them kick him in the head, he allegedly said, "You through." He told Nip, "You through. It's over for you." And Nip said, "You got me. You got me, man." That's what was said in court, man. That's it. And Cowboy, he seen it all. He was right there. He heard it all. He seen it all. But Nip was his man. He ain't bust not one shot. He ain't do shit. That's that. But that's LA business. It's none of my business, all right? So that's the end of that. I'm done with it. I spoke on this man that did this to his own child, a wannabe rapper. The news put him out there as a rapper, an aspiring rapper. And his uncle plays for the LA Rams. His uncle plays cornerback for the LA Rams. So basically, he was in LA leeching off his uncle, trying to get his rap career started. He is from Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia. All this funny shit going on in Georgia, too. But anyway, he was in LA trying to be a rapper. The mom thought she was doing the right thing, sent the child to be with the father. He was punishing the child for wetting the bed. Mind you, the child is only 4 years old. He made the child do extreme exercises, beat the child with speaker cords, beat the child with belts, and caused major brain damage, swelling of the brain, blood on the brain, all type of different things. Did this to this child, man. And like I said earlier, if you want to be a rapper, don't be no fucking parent. And like I said earlier, if you have a certain age trying to be a rapper, they're labeling you as a mental health patient right now. You're sick in the head. This man did this to the child, labeled as a rapper. The woman that set up trouble, they call her a rapper woman. Then you understand when they told you to your face that law enforcement are going to be watching all social media platform of rappers and things like that. Because rappers are getting put in that terrorist category. The same way on the internet, you'll see certain people get labeled as what? Influencers. They call some people, okay, they might say this person is a TikTok star. Then this person, they'll say they're a TikTok influencer. They'll say this person is a social media entertainer. There's different categories they put people in. But one thing, I ain't no damn influencer, all right? Don't ever put that influencer shit on me. I ain't influencing nobody. I'm an entertainer. That's what I do, all right? I'm an analyst and an entertainer, and I just talk shit. I ain't no damn influencer. Because when you get labeled as an influencer, that really means you're a fucking cult leader. It also means you're a troublemaker. See, y'all don't understand the English language and why it is a bastard language, because you could take a word and make that shit mean 10 different things. Influencer means you're a troublemaker. It means you influence people to do shit. It means you brainwash people. It means you're a cult leader. I'm not no influencer, but you'll see certain people they call influencers, some people they call internet stars. You get it? Some people they'll call internet personality. See, they put the proper title in the proper place. But people they want to put a certain label on, they'll call you an influencer. Do you get it? And then that's easy for them to say you promote hate or whatever it is you promote. They're able to put that on you. So when you're a rapper, you're considered as an influencer of crime and foul behavior now. These are different words they playing with. And these words are trigger words that deal with certain investigation and certain scrutiny, and you get certain eyes and ears put on you. Because you seen that movie Enemy of the State, but y'all ain't understand what Enemy of the State meant when they was watching Will Smith throughout the whole shit. He was the enemy of the state. But you think the enemies are overseas. No. They have realized a long time ago that the enemies are already within the country. And just so happened when you see Enemy of the State, it was a what? A black man. So who is the real enemy of the state? And who is the main one really being watched? Now you understand why Fun No Fame ain't for no fucking cameras. Because I ain't no influencer. Understand that. I'm making it clear right now. Episode 198, we in the building. Salute to everybody that's watching, everybody that's here. I do my own thing. That's what I do, all right? I'll let y'all get the numbers and watch the numbers. Y'all do that. This is the real elite right here. I told you that. People that know ain't gotta act like they know it all. We don't know nothing. We just see. We shut up. Right? But I'm gonna show you what all this shit is about. A lot of people are enemy of the state, and they told you. When I'm gonna say it again, when Joe gave when he gave New York $30 million to fight, who were they planning on fighting? You don't understand that. And they told you what the fuck they're gonna do. But remember, niggas don't believe shit till it happened to them. But guess what? This time when it happened to you, it's gonna be too late. See that? Same thing with Nipsey. He didn't believe it could happen. Why not? He was in the hood like a regular dude every day. He actually thought his hood loved him. He thought he was getting love from Crenshaw. He thought that LA really loved him. He thought his gang loved him. False reality. He didn't know he was enemy of the state the whole time. He was a problem. Allegedly. That's why I told you, you can get on here and do dumb shit all day. You can talk dumb shit out your mouth all day. They don't care about that shit. Start going against the grain and watch what happened to your ass. Now you got to remember, all you got to do is look at it. Look at what Nipsey did. Look what the average rapper did. Look what Nipsey was talking about. Look what the average rapper talking about. Nipsey wasn't going with the program. He was going outside the box. He was doing a little too much in certain people's eyes. Do you get it? And I told you, when they want to get at you, 9 times out of 10, they're going to put your own people on your ass. So I keep telling you, when we talk about this race and all this shit and the powers that be have brought and sold a whole lot of your people that look like you, and they are the first line of defense for mass stuff. Let me make it clearer for you. I just told you Joe gave somebody $30 million. Just so happened he gave it to the mayor of New York. What color is the mayor of New York? For people that like to play color games. All right, now you understand that. And I'm pretty sure you'll notice, I pay attention, most of the cities across America right now got black people in power. Black mayors and a couple of black governors, but mostly every city right now got a black mayor. If I'm lying, I'm flying, or I'm high, I'm stupid. Mostly every city got a black mayor. Because certain things that's about to happen in your city, they want to put it on a black face. Or I'm not going to say they're going to put it on a black face. It's a lot of black faces signing up and taking an oath to do the job. Because remember, somebody got to do the dirty work. So I might as well get paid. Fuck it. That's how some people feel about all of this shit. So back to the movie Enemy of the State, for those that didn't see it, they were showing you this shit way back in the late 90s of watching, GPSing, setting people up, and how really it's a particular people that are enemy of the state, meaning a problem to the country. These are the people we need to watch because they are a fucking problem. That is the real war. That's why you see Young Thug in court right now on RICO charges, and you see him getting charged on a terrorist level of fucking 900 years. But y'all still don't believe shit. And it ain't my job to make you believe because I ain't no influencer. Shitty cuz. Come on, man. Nipsey was hating on a man named Shitty Cuz. Laura London, his wife, mother his child, he hating on Shitty Cuz. He's successful in his rap career. Remember, what else did Nipsey do that nobody in the game did? Do y'all not remember? You gotta people forget. Was he not the first man to sell a mixtape for $100? He always was focused on breaking the mold. He never wanted to go with the program. And like I told you, Nip was also one of them dudes that were, in his mind, he probably thought he was going to utilize the game to do other great things for people and do what he wanted to do, but it don't work like that. Once you start planning a game and you think you're going to finesse them to do what you want to do, you'll see every rapper that tried the same shit, the shit didn't work. Every entertainer that tried it didn't work. Prince, you can't work for us all these years, and now you want to sit up here and talk about chemtrails. Huh. Michael Jackson, you think you're going to hang with us all these years, and now you want to sit and say Tommy Mottola the devil after Tommy Mottola done gave you all these damn millions. No, it don't work like that. Let me ask y'all how many people saw the video of Whitney Houston giving Brandy that note in front of Clyde Davis. Nobody to this day know what was on that note. Brandy never said what was on that note. All we know, next thing you know, after Whitney Houston gave Brandy that note in front of Clyde Davis, the owner of the label, we see mysteriously Whitney out of here. And then we heard about people like who had something to do with it. Oh, Brandy brother. We heard the story. It's allegations, not facts, but I'm trying to show you how they all work hand in hand. And just so happened, Brandy brother had his name in Whitney Houston's situation, and the nigga that manages Brandy brother happened to have his name in this situation. Man, it's a bunch of fuck shit going on. Because you know why? Certain people are sanctioned to do the shit they do. I'm gonna leave that shit at that. I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a real warfare out here. And it is what it is. All right. But at the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this: the ones that play the role of the pawns, that do all the dirty work, they're gonna be the first ones to get disposed of. Because guess what? That's the only sad thing. See, when you work for them and you know too much, eventually they gotta still get rid of your stupid ass. That's what the people don't understand. And I told you, they handpick people that look just like you to do the dirty work, and when they finish with them, they get rid of their ass. Because you know too much. Y'all don't understand how this works. This is my opinion. I'm just talking bullshit. Other than that, man, salute to the chat. We about to get out of here, man. And I told you, man, they playing with the food. Salute to the fam. Annette and John Shaz sent me these pictures. You dig? Anything y'all want me to touch on, y'all send it. The gram, send it through the gram. I took it off private. You know what I'm saying? You send me information. If y'all want me to touch on certain topics, just holler. But other than that, you see that these cows are perfectly lined up. Somebody perfectly filmed them, and they said that these cows died from extreme heat measures and extreme humidity that just struck out of nowhere, and they just all died. But for those who pulled up and did hear me earlier, these dead cows represent the food that's not going to be making it where it's supposed to go. This is your steak, filet mignon, your milk, cheese, all of that. Y'all know a couple cows. Well, basically, being that this happened to these cows, it's going to be a trickling effect. Along with the wheat shortages, because they told you it's going to be famine and pestilence. And on top of that pestilence, y'all know also was announced that Dr. Fauci himself has C-19. The doctor that told you about C-19, now he got it. So that's why I told you it's too much going on right now. I can't cover all this shit in one story, man. You just pay attention to the movie, man. The script is already written. The cameras are rolling. All right, so we about to get out of here, man. Salute to the chat once again, man. I ain't realized I've been on here 2 hours. What's up? What's up, Sincere? What's up? Sincere is in here. What's going on, bro? Sassy, what's up? What's up, Jug Rich? What's popping? Annette always on time. What's good? Grown man talk. What's good, P? What's up? Yeah, man. Wax Doll salute. Always on the check-in. Everybody that's in here, man, salute to y'all, man. Yeah, Brandy killed the person in the car. A lot of people don't know that. She got a body, too. She got a vehicular homicide. Or maybe that was her. Maybe she had to put her work in, huh? I'm telling you, man, if you notice, all you got to do, look, you pay attention, you'll see certain people that's in the game, they always around, their career is fucking trash, they got no talent, and some fucked up shit always happening around them. And the people with all the talent and the real skill, style, charisma, somehow they always find to get rid of them. Man, all you got to do is pay attention. Randy Nichols, what's up? But yeah, for those that don't know, man, they actually said in court, it's in court. Cowboy got on the stand and said that Nipsey Hussle didn't call Shitty Cuz a snitch. He just was talking about the paperwork that's out on him, and he told Shitty Cuz, you need to get that straight. And Shitty Cuz said, you hating on me. So basically, it said, basically the narrative is Nipsey Hussle was hating on Shitty Cuz. That's what it is, all right? It was a personal beef. That's what it is. That's what they said, man. It's already in court right now, so y'all stay tuned. Y'all pay attention on your own. But everybody that was accused in these conspiracies, magically, they was talking about other shit. They still talking about a fake beef. I told you before that beef was fake. Fake ass beef. Like that fake ass footage of Nipsey Hussle we ain't see yet. Why the nigga ain't put it out and blur it out? Nigga, that shit fake. I said it. It is what it is, man. Shit. You know what I like them. I piss niggas off. That's what I do. Because I ain't like y'all. I don't care about none of that shit. One day we all gotta fucking die. I ain't gotta be fake. I ain't gotta be a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Some people out here gonna leave, they're gonna exit with dignity and pride. Niggas stand on something solid. A lot of y'all gonna die like a coward anyway. Told you that, man. You're gonna still get disposed of. Because the people you working for, man, when they finish with you, then you're gonna be the first to go. Also, let me not forget how they've been on Mr. Academics. They've been on his head. They've been on his neck. They've been on his back because they dug up some of his old files, his old posts about him saying that he'll smash a college person long as look, he said he'll smash anybody in college as long as they got an ID. He basically said he'll smash anything 17 and up. And they've been getting on his fucking head. So like I said, magically, all these niggas are trending that has something to say about Nipsey Hussle. The week the trial takes place, all these other niggas are trending for something totally different, opposite. Shit is weird. Gotti Savage, what's up, bro? I ain't see you in a minute. What's up, Shay? Anyway, man, this shit funny, man. It's all the joke, it's all the stage. And now you understand why all these lames came on the internet and they all became gatekeepers. You'll see when the game slowed up, strategically, all of them got placed on the internet. They got people working for them, keeping their name. They got people that keep their name trending. They don't just trend. They got people working. That's why you're going to notice every day you wake up, you're going to keep seeing the same shit. Then when you keep seeing the same shit, they trick people into covering the same shit. Then you'll notice the whole algorithm is flooded with the same shit. And you ain't know nothing about the Nipsey Hussle trial because that's how the shit works. Right? So maybe today, people to peep game. And the saga continues. It's all entertainment. All right? I'm about to get out of here, man. Salute to y'all, man. That's right. Fake news, all that shit. That's right. Fake news. That's right. Academics is a chipmunk. He ain't nothing but a troublemaker, a shit starter. That nigga was on TV. He came to the internet to cause nothing but confusion and mayhem and bullshit. Like the rest of them. That's what they do. That's what they get paid for. All right? Because remember, the so-called higher ups, they got to have people working on all levels. They work on all levels. They work on high levels. They work on low levels. And their whole job is to just keep pumping out information. Just keep pumping shit out there. Just throw shit out there every day. Just keep throwing shit out there. That's their job. And you'll see 9 times out of 10, most of the time it's bullshit. And like I also said, this is the real news right here. Black people are buying guns more than ever in the whole country. This is what's being promoted. They say it's because of George Floyd. It's because of the Capitol. It's because of the mass shootings that blacks are buying guns more than ever. And I told you, in my opinion, it's a recipe for race wars. And it's a recipe for more black on black crime. That's it. So there you have it, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Salute to y'all for pulling up. I got some things to do. I'm going to continue with my day. I suggest y'all do the same. Enjoy yourself. Don't take it too serious, but pay attention and learn to laugh. When you see these fools, you just laugh at them. And when they going hard and they telling you what it is, just ask people, why y'all ain't covered the Nipsey Hussle trial? That's all I'm saying. That's it. other than that, man, salute to the chat. Salute to the family. Y'all already know. What up, Pone? Layla, what's up? Y'all make sure y'all have a good day, man. I'm going to talk y'all to death. I'm about to get out of here. I'm Ghost.